guys, this is Brandon with USF1. Hope you're having a great day. It's a very sunny and beautiful day here in Wisconsin. Hope you guys are having as good a day as I am. But of course, we had the Austrian Grand Prix in Spielberg, Austria, where we all saw Valtteri Bottas. Looks like he almost jumped the start, but he didn't. He had a great start overall, and he ended up just leading from lap 1 all the way to the race finish. So great win for Valtteri Bottas and securing pole and bringing it through for the race win. But of course, lap 1, like, it wouldn't be Spielberg without some lap 1 collisions into turn 1, which is kind of synonymous with Formula 1 and these fast type circuits. We all saw Daniel Kvyat lose traction on all 4 tires and go careening into Fernando Alonso, which then hit Max Verstappen, both retiring from the race from the very start. And then, of course, Max Verstappen had clutch issues, sort of failed on the race start, and he was slow off the line, so which got everyone sort of past him. He fell behind really quickly, but it didn't really help him out very much. Daniel Kvyat did receive a drive-through penalty for that, which he served, which he ended up coming last in the Grand Prix of the people that finished. Then we saw Kevin Magnussen after he had a very good showing in practice, but he ended up having a disappointing qualifying, and his car ended up putting in a fast time, but his front suspension failed in qualifying, so he ended up having to start near the end of the grid. He ended up having some smoke come out of the back of his engine, and ended up being end of his race at lap 30. And then the last retirement of the day was Carlos Sainz. He ended up coming overall P17, and he ended up retiring from the field. I didn't hear what he actually had going wrong with his car, but he did have problems during practice as well, so a bunch of troubles for him here at Austria. Overall, the podium finishers were Bottas, Vettel, and Daniel Ricciardo. That makes a bunch of podiums for Daniel Ricciardo overall, and Vettel overall still retains the championship lead. Great showing for Hamilton, even though he took that five place grid penalty. He took it with stride. He ended up getting some luck with Max Verstappen, being done at the start of the race, but he did end up coming P4, with Kimi Räikkönen coming it seems like every single time now he's coming P5, which he ends up coming. Romain Grosjean ended up coming P6 thanks to, a couple of retirements and no yellow flags or anything like that. So we end up coming in front of both Perez and Ocon with Force Indias, which we totally needed. Just sort of wish that Kevin Magnussen, finished, but for a double points finish again for Haas. But great point showing for Grosjean. It's amazing to see the results that he can pull off when he actually has a car that he's not complaining about, so he has a car that he's comfortable with. Felipe Massa and Lance Stroll round off the top 10 with P9 and 10, which after a very disappointing qualifying, they ended up taking those cars, that Williams car, all the way up to points finishes, which is great to see. We also got to see for the first time Julian Palmer beating Nico Hülkenberg, coming P11, and Hülkenberg coming P13. It's all because due to tire wear for everyone was horrible. Like all the people running on either ultra softs or super softs were having very bad degradation. They all thought it was gonna rain, so they were gonna avoid trying to make more than one stop. Overall, Hülkenberg ended up being called into the pits early to change onto softs, and he just never seemed to gain ground on the Saubers or the rest of the field. Stoffel Vandoorne ended up coming P12, right behind Julian Palmer. Nico Hülkenberg, as I said, came P13. Both Wehrlein and Ericsson of Saubers came 14 and 15. And then Kvyat rounded off the last of the finishers, coming P16. But yeah, guys, who is your driver of the day? I would actually have to say it was Romain Grosjean. I'm biased here, so I'm going to be honest. Yeah, we finally had a car that worked for us, and it was great to see Romain come in the points. And, him being very happy at the end of the race. But yeah, let me know who your driver of the day is at the comments down below. Fastest lap ended up going to Lewis Hamilton with a 1 minute 7 seconds .411, followed by Daniel Ricciardo at a 1 minute 7 seconds .442, and Kimi Räikkönen with a 1 minute 7 second .486. That ended up being the overall lap record, like I said in my preview. I'm sure you can find it on my channel down below. The lap record was previously held by Michael Schumacher with a 1 minute 8 seconds .377, or is it 3.3? I don't know. Regardless, it's shattered. Leave a like down below. be greatly appreciated. Subscribe if you're new. I appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to leave driver of the day. But yeah, guys, enjoy your day. I'm Brandon with USF1. Peace.